Alright, so in this video, I talk about the stock market. I know the stock market a lot better now than I did when I made this video. Called my dad. I said repeatedly in this video, I wasn't really entirely sure. I have a rough understanding of the stock market. Called my dad, got things explained to me a lot more. Now I have a better understanding of the stock market, and my premise here is correct. So I'm far more confident in this video now, which makes me a lot of happy. So you can watch it in confidence, but if you don't want to watch the whole thing, the big important points are: do not buy GameStop right now. Do not buy GameStop at $380 a share. If you do, you will lose 90% of your money. I'm just saying, do not. The biggest rule of the stock market is buy low, sell high. People right now with GameStop are buying high, and when the people who bought low decide they want to take all their fucking money and run, you're going to have to sell low, probably at a lower price than they bought at in the fucking first place. So if you're buying really high right now, expect to lose your ass, because that's what's going to happen. Now to the video where I talk about it more.
What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell that is. What in the hell is that?
Everybody know that's Big Dick B.
I would not mess with that thing. Don't put your lips on it.
Somebody proposed to me that I talk about this stuff that's going on with the stock market and GameStop. I just, every fiber of my being is telling me that what's happening is shitty, bad, and predatory. I know the stock market enough to run a 401k for myself. I don't really know how to play the stock market. But I know that a lot of people are losing a lot of money right now, and a lot of people are bound to lose a lot of money in the future, right? For an example, the stocks went from like $20 to $380 or some shit like that in a week or two, right? Because everybody just kept buying up stock and boosting up the price up, until the price of a share got to be $380. Well, at some point, you're going to want to sell that stock. Like, I don't really even entirely know why the fuck these people are doing it. I don't know what they think they're going to accomplish. I know what they say they think they're going to accomplish. The idea behind this is apparently to save GameStop, but it's a failing business model. Like, games companies, the companies that Microsoft, Sony, they have been working very fucking hard to make sure that we can't trade and share games anymore. Every time they put out a new game system, they roll it out with a "fuck you, you can't share games on this system" thing, right? I'm willing to bet, I'm very much willing to bet that either the next generation consoles or the generation after that won't have a disc drive. I'm calling it right now, folks. Very soon, within the next 5 generations of fucking gaming systems, at some point they're going to start coming out without discs. So what are you going to do then? GameStop is going to be really fucking out of business then, because they're going to have anachronistic things that don't work in recent technology. They're going to be the hobby store, selling shit that nobody uses anymore. They're going to be selling cassette tapes. Right? I think the last game that I actually physically bought I think it was Spider-Man. And the only reason that I actually picked up the Spider-Man disc is because I didn't have a PlayStation to play it on. So I had to go to the store to get a PlayStation, and while I was there, I was like, I don't want to bother with fucking setting up a full account on the PlayStation because I'm only going to play one game on it. So I was like, well, I'll just buy the disc because I don't even want to bother putting my card on it and all that shit and have to fucking figure out how to buy it. I'm like, nah, I don't even bother. Right? So I just bought it all there because it was convenient. It was literally the only reason. I mean, the only fucking reason. Other than that, I haven't set foot into a GameStop. Like, I know what the last physical video game I bought was. Couldn't tell you what the fucking one before that was. Fucking Jesus Christ. I know that it was... It had to have been an Xbox One game. And honestly, it might have been when I just bought the whole group of Xbox One games that I have. And I bought Doom, Mad Max, Evolve, I bought fucking a whole bunch of games when I bought my Xbox One. Because they were like $5, because Xbox One had been out forever. Dude, so, really, I think Fallout 4, that was what it was. It was Fallout 4 was the game that I couldn't, and Fallout 4 was the reason why I got an Xbox One. Because I wanted to fucking play Fallout 4. So, when I wanted to play Spider-Man and I had to buy a fucking PlayStation to do it, I went to this GameStop. When I wanted to play Fallout 4 and I had to buy an Xbox One to do it, I went to the GameStop. Any other time, I did not go to GameStop. All of the other games that I have on Xbox One, I do not have physical copies of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is it. I have 200 games plus clocked in on my fucking Xbox in the save, or saved on my hard drives, and I've got 8 physical copies. And honestly, Fallout 4, Doom, Mad Max, Evolve, Battlefront, Gears 4, and Witcher 3, I now have digitally marked in my Xbox that I own them digitally because they were given away free at some point. The only game is Sunset Overdrive. That is the only game that I own a physical copy of that isn't also saved on my fucking Xbox. So it's a failing business model, right? No matter how much money you pump into it, it's a failing business model. It ain't gonna get any better. If you're trying to get them to jump into the fucking online market, right? You're not gonna make a return on your investment. This just seems to me to be a way that a small group of people said, let's fuck everybody we can. Let's fuck as many people as humanly possible. And so they started a trendy, fun thing, let's save GameStop. And because of that, what they did was, they got in on the ground floor. They bought fuck tons of shares at $20. That blew the price up. And then word got out, oh my god, GameStop is on a soar. Now, all the people that actually play the market, right, like the short sellers, they all went, fuck me, and then they had to dump all their shit. They lost fuck tons of money. So everybody that plays the market, all the day traders that do short sales and stuff, they're fucked, period. They lost all their money. Now, the people that are doing this, they're happy about that. I don't know why. They feel good and happy about fucking other human beings. Right? I get that they're under the belief that these other human beings are in some way or another fucking them. But again, 2 wrongs, you're just an asshole. Right? So they're assholes too. But don't stoop to their fucking level. Try and figure out a different way to fuck them over that maybe isn't quite so crushing to possibly their family that have nothing to do with this. Right? Let's not put people in the poorhouse just for the giggles. Because if it could happen to them, it could definitely happen to you, because who the fuck are you? Anyways, so day traders are getting fucked and everybody think that's great. Hedge fund people, they're getting fucked and everybody think that's great. Now, here's the thing that's going to be funny. A whole lot of really stupid, ignorant, I don't know how to play the market type people, They're jumping in on this. Why? Because somebody on Reddit told them it would be a good idea. So now you've got people that don't understand the stock market, and they're buying $100 shares of GameStop, a failing business model. It's not even just a failing company. It's a failing business model. The whole business model of we buy, sell, and trade physical video games, nobody does that anymore. Yeah, and they're all right next to the VHS players. Like, what the fuck? So it's a failing business model. Like, they're not going to save. There's no saving GameStop. Save GameStop? Yeah, no, there's no saving GameStop. GameStop is done. It's Blockbuster, right? Now that everybody's moved on to DVDs and digital downloads, nobody gives a fuck about VHS players anymore. And honestly, why do we rent when we can just get whatever we want on free, offline for free? Because it's a failing business model. It ain't going anywhere. You're being tricked. If you've paid into this, and the guy who proposed this to me, and he said he was joking, I don't know. Because a lot of times, people will say things that they think I'm going to go, ha, that's great. And when I go, that's fucking moronic, they go, yeah, I thought so too. Right? So I don't know. But if there's anybody that's sitting around going, I might get on this fucking GameStop thing, do not buy a $380 share thinking you're going to sell it and make money. Because here's the trick of it. All the people who started this horse shit that spent $20 and bought 5,000 shares each or whatever, they're about to sell when it hits 400. They're going to make a profit of $380 per share, right? What do you think happens to the stock prices when they buy out? The stock drops into the fucking basement. When they buy out at whatever it is they've decided they're going to buy out at, and that stock starts to drop, everybody who bought in at $200, $300, what do you think happens when all the people who bought the most of the stock because they started this fucking gag, what do you think it's going to do when they sell out big? You think you're going to get your money back? Do you think the idea of this is, okay, we've made our point, now everybody sell your stock in reverse so you can get your money back? Everybody who bought in at this price, you sell first, and then when it drops, okay, now everybody bought in at that price, you sell yours. Do you think that's going to happen? No, dummy. The people who paid $20 a share are going to sell at $3.80, make a killing, and then when it's back down to $15 a share, all you fucking idiots that bought it at $300 are going to be sitting around going, I lost so much money. And honestly, that's a guess. I really don't even know that well the stock market. All I know is you want to buy low, sell high, right? They always say buy low, sell high. If you buy it at $20, it's amazing to sell it at $50. You're making $30 a share, right? I know that's how it works enough, right? And I know that when people buy a lot of stock, the price goes up. And when people sell a lot of stock, the price goes down. So something in my head is telling me that this is really bad and predatory, but I don't know the stock market well enough to really lay out exactly how it is. All I know is that a shit ton of, well, I don't even know a shit ton of people, but a group of people bought a shit ton of stock at a very low price. And now there's people on Reddit saying, help us save a business with a complete failing fucking model. Buy at $3.80 and then you'll be able to sell it $10 and lose your ass. Like that's how it's rattling around in my head. I don't know how correct that is, but I don't see anybody buying stock in fucking GameStop right now making any money. I see you losing 90% of what you spend. And again, I don't know. That's just a guess. So in the comments, hopefully somebody will tell me whether or not I at least understand the basics of the fucking stock market enough to know that this is just predatory on instinct. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, this just doesn't sound good. Like, everything in me was telling me this is really bad, and a lot of people are going to wind up getting fucked really hard. But, hey, you know, the funny thing about life is we all have our own autonomy, we all make our own decisions, and we're all going to fucking suffer the consequences of those decisions, right? So everybody that's jumping on the Reddit bandwagon of let's save GameStop, you're getting fucked. You're going to get royally fucked. Like, dude said people were trading in their fucking life savings to buy stock in fucking GameStop. And that was what made me go, wow, a lot of people are going to be very poor. That was my first reaction. A lot of people are getting fucked. What is this now? And then he kind of was telling me more things, but he's like telling me good aspects. Oh, this dude made so much money and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, do you have any sort of link to send me that will give me anything? Like, this is just something other than this is awesome. And he sends me a link to an article that had a paywall. So I'm like, but it was, I mean, to be fair enough, it was a retweet of somebody else. Somebody else retweeted this article that has a paywall. And so I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I don't know that one. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm not going with this guy anymore because this guy was just sending me tweets. I wanted to be like, do you have anything not on Twitter that you can send me? Right? Do you have anything from the really real world that I can read? So I had to venture out into the really real world on my own. The first article I come up with is, this is scary. This is giving me flashbacks of when my company got fucked into the dirt this way. Right? That was like the first article I found. And then every article after that, it's either day traders or stock market guys or this, that, or the other economists. They're all like, this is why do not buy GameStop right now. Right? I saw a slew of, here's why you don't want to join this trend. So, I don't know. Twitter and Reddit seem to be mad fucking excited about this, and they think this is just amazing and awesome and great. But instinctively, I went, ooh, that ain't, no, that's dumb. And as I'm slowly learning the stock market, I'm finding out that there are a lot of professional people in this industry that think this is a bad idea. None of them have any investment in GameStop. And you don't really have investment in Wall Street. Like, I know people think that that's kind of, you can buy stock in Wall Street. And I don't, a lot of people just don't understand. Period. Right? Like, a lot of people just don't understand things. And then they start talking about shit. And it really starts to come out that they don't understand things, and then when you say, I don't think you understand what you're talking about, they look at you and go, no, you don't understand what you're talking about. And a lot of times you get, well, I have a bachelor's in what you're talking about, and I don't think you understand what you're talking about. And then all of a sudden it's, well, maybe I just learned it from a different school than you did. Yeah, so a lot of people just don't understand. And there are people who do understand. And not only do they understand, but they understand that there are a lot of people who don't. And this just, again, everything in me screams predatory as fuck. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're thinking about buying GameStop at $380, punch yourself in the face until your hand breaks. Because you need sense beat into you.